Welcome to Hoodie Priestess Tarot. I'm Jodine, your host. This is the general reading for the earth signs. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Hoodie Priestess publishes tarot readings on Mondays and Tuesdays of each week by 8 o'clock in the morning. If you're interested in doing meditation work, then you can check out my other channel, which is called Zone Out Meditations. Zone Out Meditations, all one word. And there you may find landscape meditations that you can zone out on, and you may also find guided meditations. Zone Out also publishes on Monday mornings. Hoodie Priestess is a new channel, and I appreciate support from all my audience. If you like the material that you see on this channel, please watch to the end, drop a comment, and subscribe. That will help this message get out to other people. And I am always grateful for your support. The decks that I'm using today are the Rider-Waite-Smith Giant deck and the Mermaid deck for clarification. All right. So let's see who's going to come out and give a message to the earth signs. Dear Tarot, let us do a general reading for Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, the beautiful earth signs, and see what messages we have for them this week. I believe last week we were dealing with significant life upheaval and or loss and or pain. In a little bit you're going to hear the furnace kick on. I apologize for that. We had very good weather here for a week, and now it's in the 40s again and rainy. Okay, so for the earth signs, do we have a host for the message? What card can bring a message to the earth signs? Who's here? Who's here? Who's here to bring a message to the earth signs? Who do we have? We have the Tower. All right, the Tower is the host of our message. And let us shuffle. And for the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, what will be the message of the Tower? Something we're totally rethinking, or something that we're going to build over, or some decision we're going to make about what we're not going to do anymore, what's not working in our lives anymore. We'll cut the cards 3 times. And see who is here. We have Justice. And we have the Chariot. And we have the Two of Wands, making a decision, being at a crossroads. All right, those are out of 4 cards. You've got 3 major arcana there, earth signs. What's on the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords. So we'll put that down right there, and now we will take our mermaid cards and we will ask for clarification on each of these 3 cards. cut 3 times. Thank you, mermaid cards. I would like clarification on the Justice card. Why is the Justice card in this reading for the earth signs, please? Why is Justice here for the earth signs? What's the clarification there? All right. And we have the Fool in reverse. Are all my cards in reverse? They're all in reverse, so I'm going to turn the Fool upright. We have the Fool card as first clarifier. This one flipped over in the deck, but it didn't come all the way out. It's the Five of Wands. I'm going to put it back in. Five of Wands is a card of competition and or struggle. It can be friendly or not. And so then 2 other cards came out. The Six of Pentacles and the, believe it or not, the Tower once again. So we now have the Tower card on the table twice. One says host, one says clarifier. May I please have clarification on the Chariot for the earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Now, I believe that we saw the Tower in your cards last week too, so we still have some of that energy, which is not surprising, really. I see the Magician is turned up in the deck. The Magician's flipped up in the deck. It didn't come out on a shuffle, so I'm going to put it back in. It's just something to note. All right. 3 cards of clarification on the Chariot, please, for the earth signs. Please come all the way out to the table. For the earth signs, why is the Chariot here? Why is the Chariot in our spread today? And we've got 3 cards come out. 2 of them are turned up, one's face down. I'm already feeling confusion about whether or not I should take these cups and are these cards, so I'm not going to take them. I don't like confusion. Deck, please be clear. Also, these are new cards, so they're pretty slippery yet. All right. We have the Ten of Pentacles, and it is in reverse. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Who else do we have for the Chariot card? Clarify the Chariot card, please. We've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse on the Chariot card. What else do we have? We have the King of Pentacles. And I'm looking for one more, please. Thank you. For the earth signs, one more clarifier on the Chariot. Please, why is the Chariot here? Show me the Chariot. Why is the Chariot here? Too many came out, please. There we go. We've got the Queen of Wands, the lovely Queen of Wands. I think the Queen of Wands was a prominent card in your last week's reading too. I think it was down in the deck, actually. Okay, and now we've got the Two of Wands. Can we please have clarification on the Two of Wands for the earth signs? Two of Wands for the earth signs, please. Why is it here? Why is this card here? Clarification, please. Here it is. It's the Seven of Wands and it's in reverse. All right, 2 more, please. 2 more cards of clarification on the Two of Wands. What do we have? We have the Ten of Wands. Lots of wands here. Lots of fire energy in your reading. And what else do we have for the Two of Wands? Two of Wands. Lots of fire energy. You're ready to do something. You're impassioned about something. You're inspired into action. Looks like, well, let me get all the cards out on the table. I'm trying to read them already. I can hardly hold back. The Knight of Wands. Yeah. Speaking of action, there's the Knight of Wands. Major action card. Well, also, we've got the Knight of Swords here, too. And the Queen of Cups under that, and the King of Swords under that. All right, well, what's on the bottom of this deck? The Five of Cups. All right, those are the cards we have in the spread. Posted your still shots. I just put them up. I put them in the middle of the video instead of putting them at the end of the video this time because it really helps the YouTube algorithm if people are watching all the way till the end of the video. And I'm thinking people who don't want to take screenshots are probably checking out before they have to, they're not watching those screenshots. But they go by really fast, so I'll just go ahead and put them in the middle, and now let's talk about this. Earth signs, you've got a lot of the same cards on the table this time as you had last week. The Tower was here last week. We had the Chariot here last week. I believe that Five of Cups came up last week. That's that River of Tears. We did have some Queen of Wands turned up in one of the decks. And I just see you're still dealing with something that's really like foundationally changing your life. Of course, I'm not surprised to see this 2 weeks in a row because it takes a long time to get through these things. And it's, it's coming in, like that bull in the china shop. It's coming through your life and it's just knocking everything over and breaking everything and kicking down the doors and, just raising hell. And I think it's a few different things. I think some people are actually going through a divorce. I think we've got people who aren't divorcing yet, but they've been fighting, and they're tired of it. The Seven of Wands is a card of fighting. It's a card of defending yourself, feeling like you're defending yourself all the time or having to defend yourself against everybody. And the Ten of Wands is to have a burden or a heavy weight. And it seems like there's a lot to fight about, or it's very burdensome to be in a relationship where you are fighting all the time and you want to take action. But you want to be not impulsive either, because if you're talking about a marriage, well, then you really are talking about a tower. If you're talking about breaking up a marriage, it is a big decision to make. It's the house, it's the kids, it's the property, it's the friends, it's everything. So I can see some people are going through that. They're trying to make a decision about whether or not they want to be divorced. Some people have actually gone through the divorce, and it has turned their families upside down. Going through the divorce has run roughshod over their whole life, over their financial life, over their family life. They were taking a hit to their self-confidence going through that divorce, and Yet for other people, I see that you're not going through a divorce, but you're going through a financial hardship that is turning your family upside down. It could be something to do with a car. It could be a car that needs a very expensive repair, or a car that needs to be replaced, or maybe a car accident that is causing you money. But I do see a man and a woman, and I see a family turned upside down. So that makes me think that we're dealing, there's an earth sign out there that's got a fire sign for a spouse. Maybe quite a few of you. And then here's the legal system. Here's justice. When I look at the justice card, I do think divorce. Even though I don't see a couple, I do see somebody going off on a new journey. And they might be happy to do that, and they might not be happy to do that. And I see, Six of Pentacles, give and take, giving and taking, giving and receiving. Who gets what? That all seems like things that would be worked out in a divorce court. Because here is Tower again. This is the second time Tower came out. It's coming out under justice. So something's breaking down. There's people going on a new journey. And we're splitting up all of the property. What's down in these decks? I see, people wanting to go on a journey, really wanting to go on a journey with the Chariot is here again. So we've got Chariot twice. This is what the Mermaid Chariot looks like, by the way. It's a seahorse. What is the Chariot? The Chariot to me is like amping things up. Yes, it can be a mode of transportation. Yes, it can be a vehicle of war. It can be a vehicle of pomp that kings and queens and emperors and empresses parade through their cities. And it can be a killing machine. It was a very fast machine in its time. And it is known as one of the fastest cards in the tarot deck. And it can mean a lot of things. It could mean like just inertia. Like it's very hard to get it started because this Chariot is cast out of cement. And he's got stone statues there of opposite energies that probably want to go in opposite directions. So for one thing, he's in cement up to his waist. So Chariot, I always think of as something that could be really hard to get it started, but once you do, you can't stop it. It's going. Once all these forces get into motion, once these two dark and light energies get balanced and ready to move in the same direction together, it takes a lot to get it going, but once it gets going, you can't stop it. Maybe the brakes went out in somebody's car. Reminds me of my first husband had a truck with no starter and no brakes, so you had to really push it to get it started. Once you got it started, you couldn't stop it. Are some of you out there still driving around in vehicles like that? Get a different one. Oh my. Yeah. I see Wheel of Fortune, and then I see death right underneath it. It's just like change. We want things to change. We want change. I see the Lovers, and then I see the Hermit right underneath that. What's it going to be? Somebody's considering their life as a hermit. They think, oh, well, if I ever get out of this relationship, nobody will ever want me. I'm just going to be a hermit. And, of course, feelings like that cause you to sit by the river of tears and piss and moan. But don't forget, you still have 2 cups, so this isn't going to go on forever. I think what I am going to do is I would like to pull some cards of advice. Because it just seems like this is a hard thing. You're just dealing with hardship. I'm going to take out the flower deck and see. Dear flower deck, what can we tell the earth signs about what attributes or what practices or what frame of mind would help them get through their hardship right now? For the earth signs, please. We need a few words of advice. We need some encouragement. Okay. We need something to keep us going here. What do we have? We have the Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Coins, how you want to call him. We have Judgment, and we have the Page of Pentacles or Coins. Yeah, stressful time. The bottom card on the deck was the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is, you know, it's like that nightmare card. We can't sleep and our mind is addled. We cannot relax and go to sleep. You know, if it's something that's gone on a long time, get some help. Go ask for help. Don't be too proud. Don't be scared. It might mean counsel. I don't know. Maybe it's a physical ailment. I don't know. Maybe you just need to talk to a friend. Ask for support. That's what the... You know, the Three of Coins is collaboration to build the great work. So do not be afraid to collaborate with people who can help you. Queen of Swords is make a decision. If something's just, you know, you're carrying around weight that you don't have to carry around, then cut it off. Are you're fighting over things you don't have to fight about, then stop. Make decisions. And she's got the sword, so not only does she make decisions, but she cuts out that which no longer serves you. You probably get sick of hearing about that. Here's the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, that's your whole life. That's all your money. That's your family. That's your job. It may be, you know, your generations. Go to your family for support, maybe. But here on the table, we've got the Knight of Pentacles or Coins, however you want to call him. Slow and steady. Just go at a slow and steady pace. Be down to earth. Don't have too great of expectation. Not anything wild. Just be practical. And what you're going through is going to take time. But just go at it every day. Do one thing every day towards your goal, or towards the decision that you make. If a divorce really is the best thing, then say you're going to do it and do it one step at a time through the court system. Split up the stuff. It's not going to be easy. You just put your head down and do it. If you're not going to get divorced, maybe you need counseling. You know, once you make that decision, then put effort into it. Here's the big card of decisions. I mean, here's the card of decisions. This is being at a crossroad. I'm going to go one way or the other. This is a card about making a judgment. You might also ask if you're being too judgmental in a situation, or you might ask if somebody's being too judgmental of you, and do you need to get away from them, or do you need to stop being so judgmental? It's also making good judgments. And then we've got the Page of Coins. Well, the Page of Coins is planting a seed. The Page of Coins is planting a seed for something new. And so for some of you, maybe you're post-tower. Maybe this is already done in your life. But now you've got to pick your chin off the ground and get ready and do something new. What is it? You decide, and then every day make an effort in that direction. And that's what Tarot deck is offering you for advice. All right, let's see what we get next week and see if we are making any progress through all of this stuff we're going through. It's not easy. And in the background, too, your whole world is going through this. So, you know, what earth signs are doing in their individual lives is the same thing that the world is doing on the macrocosm. Recalibration. It's time that we move in a new way, that we think in a new way, that we order our lives different than we used to, because this is what we need to do to survive in a changing world. Changing world. All right, everybody. I love you, and I hope that you're going to start commenting so I can get to know you. And I've got some new subscribers. Thank you, everybody. Comment so I get to know who you are. I'm excited to meet you. All right, everyone. Till next week. Bye-bye.